Good morning. Hello. Oh, we killed the rain. Hi. I haven't streamed the last couple of days. I feel a little bad about it, but not that bad. Don't get it twisted. Sometimes the crosswords are not my priority. That said, we are going to go back and do Tuesdays as well. I didn't do it at all yesterday. I didn't do the Wordle yesterday. I think I did Monday. We streamed on Monday, right? It was a quick one and I fucking ended it quick, but we did. Here's this. I guess we'll figure it out. I've had a kind of a weird 2 days, but it's been fun. I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about it on Kick. Or if I should talk about it. I don't know. Like, Alter would be pretty good. But I don't know if I want to do 2As off the rip. What's a... Let's do Apron. I mean, Alter's still kind of looking good. Augur. That's a word, right? Augur with the U is like 4C. Augur with an E is like a drill. Is that right? I don't know if that's right or not. Let's turn this on. I look a little dark. You know what? It's Alter, dude. I should just type in Alter. Alarm or El Ra. El something Ra. It's gotta be alarm. Damn, we would have had it in 3 if I typed Alter at first. Should have just done what my heart wanted. Strands. Am I not logged in? Okay, New York Times Games website. Three's a crowd. Double trouble. Double trouble. We found the Spangram instantly. I'm not really sure what Three's a crowd means. Twins? Bloom. Are these like things that come in pairs again? Twins. We're looking for pants. We're looking for glasses. I don't think so, because that was like a Strands 2 weeks ago. Is it just twos here? Twos. Twosome. Couple. Pair. Match. Partners. Okay. All right. Trash patch laptop bar Refuse or refuse. Music compact. Desktop clam. Block tablet. Pictures cream. Waffle iron deny spray. Like, this seems like a thing, right? A waffle iron and a laptop both fold. Like a compact is like a compact mirror, right? For applying makeup. Okay. Deny, block, refuse. Trash, maybe? Bar. It's bar. Of course. Of course, of course, of course. Spray, cream, patch, tablet are all like medication applications. Something. Formats. Pictures, desktop, trash, music. Default folders in the C drive or something? On a Mac. Okay. Alright, alright, alright. I want to look at this first. Yeah, we did Monday. Okay. Let's do Tuesday first. A bit or a byte? A unit. Laundry collectors. Bins. Good thing to bring to a competition, your A game. Comedian Trevor with the memoir Born a Crime. I mean, it's gotta be Trevor Noah, right? Give off, emit, ring-tailed primate, a lemur. Consistent with party policy. Something about the line. Squeeze opposite. Gnome. Oh shit. Response to who's going, I am. On message. Court colleague of Kagan and Kavanaugh. 5-letter Supreme Court person. I don't remember who all the Supreme Court people are. Alarm. Alito. Eros. Mute. Somme friends. Amis. Dessert served with the query. Kono okobeta. Cone or a cup, I guess is what that is, but it's gelato. Eye on the ball, get under it, I got it. Catch phrases. Like some ground balls. I don't know. CPR pros and EMT, Queen of Olympus, Hera, Pet Rescue Group, ASPCA, I guess, Minnesota Congressman Ilhan Omar, Mink Ferret Stoat, etc. Weasel words. Indiana or Independence in DC. Ind. Maybe. I guess not. Reese's. I did, in fact, end up eating some Reese's for Reese's Day. They were good. Moisturizer brand is Aveeno. Oh, these are Avenues. Detroit dud of the 1950s. I don't know. A bad car. Some sort of bad car. Wall Street debuts an IPO. You're just too complimentary. "4G letters on a cell phone screen. LTE. Ta-da, all done. There you have it." Oh wait, maybe Aveeno's wrong. Because this is magic word. Oh, not magic words. Oops. Weasel words. Magic. Something. Poet Byron for one. A lord, maybe? Like pound cake. Moist. Opie. Is this right? Swigo. Swigo looks fucking bad. Stop by. Pop in. Alright, it's not magic words. This is swine. I don't know. Bird whose name sounds like a hip-hop dance move. Employ, use. Crafter's knives, exactos. Is that how that's spelled? That's not how I would have spelled it if I was writing it out, but that's how I can spell it to make it fit into this thing. I forgot I have to take my little supplements. Yield, stop, dead end. These are something signs. Tennis champ Naomi? No idea. Freighter. I don't know. On the up and up. 2. Vibe. Aura. College VIPs. Alums, maybe? Or deans or something like. Cryptanalyst Turing is Alan. What spring may bring. Rain. For me. Action film climax one might cut to in a saying. Cut to the crash? I don't know. Best pal. Sao Paulo, Brazil. Such as life is oh well. This pill is caught in my throat. I can feel it. Must is need to. Chalk accompanier. Eraser. Pop in. I like to pop in before. Hybridize. A souvenir for a refrigerator is a magnet. Fey figure of folklore. An elf, I guess? Finish lines. They're finish lines. I still don't know that. Flinches in response to. I don't know. Brainstorm. Idea. I don't really like that. I don't really like that, but I think that's what we're putting in. Pound cake is dense. Utah, geometrically speaking. Maybe signs is not right. I think signs not right. Utah apparently is a hexagon. What America runs on in a franchise slogan. Duncan. Bed supports. Slats? Oops. Give it a go. Auctioned off. Sold? Oh, okay. Crazy about? Oh, these are sign language. Cute. Oh, okay, I see. This must be Naomi Osaka. Crazy about, gaga, and legit. Up and up. March Madness org is the NCAA. Chutzpah is Gaul. But not Gaul like that, Gaul like this. Ursa Major. What did you say? Huh? Public radio host Ira Glass. Where to find a kitten's toe beans on the pads of their feet. This is a cargo ship. Like some ground balls. Ooh, cut to the chase. One hop. Is this OG? What the hell is this? Lunches in response to Something at. Winces at. Oh, gee. Okay, what did we fuck up? We fucked something up somewhere. Uno non unit Noah I am the chase. Cut to the chase seems good. Bins, A-game, emit, lemur, on message, Alito. Alito seems good. Catchphrases, EMT, head, circle at the top of a stick figure. Nye, step, and mag. Okay. Hera, Weasel Words, LTE, Edsel Lord. Those all seem pretty good. ASPCA, Swine, Poppin, Cross. That seems good too. Sal. You're just too complimentary. Avino, Reese's. Like, these seem good. NTNE. Oh, there it is. Nene. Bird who sounds like a hip-hop dance. Okay. Well, that wasn't the only thing we fucked up, apparently. Lord Dents, Nene, use Exactos, which is Hexagon. Give it a go. Winces at Magnet, Vino, Reese's. Okay. Sign language, Osaka, legit beings. I like all of that. Thad. We have Thad at the bottom. What is that? Paw. Thaw. It's not on the pads of their feet, it's on their paw. The bean itself is a pad, I guess. That didn't make no fucking sense. Okay, let's go back to the real crossword. The real one for today. Word with chocolate or computer? I don't know. Thompson or Stone of 2021's Cruella? Emma? Right? Is Emma Stone in it? Fragment. Piece. Sci-fi novel with giant sandworms. Dune, maybe. Help for a faltering business? Alone? Type of hunter-gatherer diet. Paleo. Although I don't love PP, dude. Pays something. I don't know what that is. Smile for the photo, dude. Say cheese. Able to bend smoothly. Maybe that's wrong. Fragment. Oh no. Oh no. It's not even say cheese, dude. In escrow. Able to bend smoothly. Like pliable. Lithe. Maybe. Something like that. Nissan sedan. Okay, I think piece is wrong, actually. I think this is an Altima, right? Maybe this is Paleo. Maybe this is Lithe. Something. That doesn't ring a bell. Shard. Splurges. Harry. Mythological instruments of vengeance. Oh, the Furies. Okay. Fragment. I don't know. Contractor's pipe material for short. PVC? Work on your enunciation, bro. Let's rehear like a trial. I think this is something like... These are all going to end in like bro or man or buddy or some shit. That's why that one has man. Omen. I don't know. A little bit of work. An erg. Tedious work. I don't know. Much social media humor. Those are memes. That is messed up, girl. Something sister. First and foremost, origin crossers. I don't know what that means. Classic cookie cutter shape. I don't know. Marshland. Fen, maybe? Or Bog. Org, whose officers train at Camp Peary. Well, they have officers. So it could be like the US Navy or some shit. I don't know how to abbreviate that all. Biblical birthright barterer. It's a 4-letter Bible name. It's Esau, dude. Shoshone, it's tribe. This must be CIA. Cause to jump, say. Spooks. Protect the quarterback, buddy. A pupil's place. That's I. Best way to sing. In key. In tune. What sostenuto means in music. Slowly, maybe? I don't know if that's right, though. I can't remember that shit. Cuba something. That's unbelievable love. Something baby. Diarist nin? I don't know. Leave out. Omit. Finger. Poke. Seems to point to. Implies. Seems to point to. Damned if you do. Damned if you... I don't know. Put on a schedule. Plan, maybe? I think Poke's wrong. Name. Emo. Maybe. Brooding music genre. Atlanta-based government agency. The ADA? The CDC? I think it's the CDC. Come again. They're in Atlanta. Huh? Again? Huh? Shit. In escrow. What old paint might do? Peel. Smallest 3-syllable number. 11. Tin Lizzie. Fuck. I knew what a Tin Lizzie was. But I don't currently know what a Tin Lizzie is. Cheese. Cheese. Something. Language in which Kia ora means hello. Really? Maori. Cheese dog. Oh, it's a Model T. Sliver. I didn't know that, Kia ora. One of 2 on a record. Sides. Work on your enunciation, bro. It's all about delivery, man. Afterthoughts, afterthought. Abbreviated. I don't know what that means. Plug-in Chevy, a Volt. That's a portent, though. Afterthoughts, afterthought. PP. Another PP. Cry near quitting time. Thank God it's Friday. Tedious work is a slog. PPs. I don't know what afterthoughts, afterthought means. PPs. Colorado Summer Times. It must be MDT, so this is Twisted Sister. Classic cookie cutter shape. I still don't know. Something feigned by Ferris Bueller to get out of school. Sickness. Not from within. External. Depend on, rely, get it, see. Origin crossers. X's? Origin cross. I still don't understand that. Forensics HQ in Quantico, Virginia. Cause of some turbulent weather. Oh wait, maybe it is Fen. I was gonna put La Nina, but I think El Nino is also a cause of turbulent weather, right? That's halfway decent. Not bad, dude. Like a good poker face. Stony. Stoic. Unreadable. Look after. Take care of. C2. Cry of frustration. Ugh. Marie, who is the only person to win a Nobel Prize in 2 different science fields. Curie. This is FBI lab, maybe? Blockbuster. Oh wait, where was I? Ectoplasmic residue. Slime. Many ages. Eons, probably, is that one? Libra. Onays. Onays. Seems to point to bodes. Okay, FBI lab. A good poker face. Arg. Longer. Eons. Mind blown. Wow. Stolid. Wild honey. Tend to startle. Okay, we fucked something up again. What did we fuck up this time? That's part of the problem with me trying to rush through them so fast. But I just... you know, we were cruising. None of that was that hard. Slot. We do. Damned if we do. Anais, this name, I don't know if that's right or not, but El Nino is pretty good. Not Bad's pretty good. Curie's good. Cygnus good. FBI Lab's good, right? I think those are all good. PPs. I don't love PPs. Is it not PVC? PVC pipe, right? Afterthought's afterthought. I don't know if this is right. Fermi is good. Enrico Fermi. V's. Geese formations. Okay. Mountain daylight time, I guess. What's stir? Stir is weird. Origin crossers. Maybe it's not X's. Maybe it's star. Axes. I don't understand origin crossers. Axes. I don't get it. Origin crossers. There's 2 of these I don't get. PPs. Axes. If you got any thoughts, let me know. I have fucking no idea. Who knows? Alright, we're caught up on the crosswords. Connections has an archive now, I think. Should we try and do the connections from yesterday? Why do you think I'm not logged in again? Look, we didn't do the connections up here either. Ledger, Day, Brown, Horse, Water, Hardy. These could be Tom's. Log, Murphy, Bale, Drew, Canopy, Record, Trough, Register, Holmes, Pitchfork. These are detectives. Who else is a detective? Murphy? Brown? Water, Ledger, Log, Register, Record are things. Bale, Pitchfork, Trough, Horse are all things in a barn. Charlie Day, Charlie Murphy, Charlie Canopy, and Charlie Water. I don't know. I don't know what this is. Day, Murphy, Canopy, Water. Murphy. Where's before bed? Yeah, I would not have gotten that. Zero chance. I wonder if this is something going on with the New York Times website. I mean, it must be, I guess. This is the connections from May 10th, 2 weeks ago. 2 and a bit. Or just under 2. Beans minus love, energy, zip, best, Comic Sans, sincerely wanting bacon, sunset, absent, landing, cheers, pat. Beans, zip, pep, energy. Bigger. Yeah, okay. Sans minus, wanting, and absent are all kind of the same. Sincerely best, love, cheers are all ways to like end a letter. Comic landing, bacon, sunset. I really don't know. Comic landing, bacon, sunset. Strips. They're strips. Strips, strips, strips. Okay. Not bad. I feel like we did pretty good at the puzzles today. I mean, they were Tuesday, Wednesday puzzles. And I ended up fucking it up, and I didn't know what 2 of the things in the Wednesday one meant. But I mean, we did them. We did them both in 10 minutes. Each, I should say. So I'm pretty happy with that. Let's go back here. I think I'm going to load up blueprints. So I have to admit to you that I've been sort of playing Blueprints off stream. I've had a friend come and play Blueprints, and I've been watching them, and they've been solving things that I haven't figured out. So, I mean, we've been playing together. I'm trying not to spoil things for them very much, but I am answering questions if they just straight up ask, you know. They determined that the safes were answered with dates, and they opened 2 safes that I hadn't opened. So I know some safe codes now that I didn't before. Which I feel a little bad about not figuring out on stream, but I don't feel that fucking bad about it. That's this profile, and apparently they've played fucking 15 hours now. They haven't gotten Blackbridge yet, but they've got more letters than I do. They also haven't unlocked the foundation yet, which is like kind of crazy to me. By day 24, the foundation hasn't showed up. It took a long time to get the study. Study didn't show up until like day 23, or the drafting studio, or like kind of getting fucked in their runs, if I'm honest. But they figured a lot of other things out. So the other thing that is going on in their profile is that the emails didn't unlock. The first time we got to the office, we clicked open up the emails or whatever, and she still can't read any of the fucking emails on any computer other than the office one. And so I want to go back through, because I haven't before, and take pictures of all the emails so that she can read them. Because that will help a lot. We just have to get those computer rooms again. Shelter, lab, office, security. Although, I guess we probably don't need the office one. I don't know if she's going to be able to access the Blackbridge or not. So if we get a shelter here, we'll take it. Okay. Pick a wild berry. That would be interesting. Just give me this, I think. I'm not really trying to get anything done today other than the email thing, though. So if we do 2 runs and get access to all the emails, that would be good. If we don't, we'll figure it out eventually. Let me open my notes back. I don't know what else we could maybe do today. I want to get I guess we want to get a workshop and a sledge and go down into the precipice. We want to get... let's see. Let me mark this one. This was that. This one. That. Don't know what the drafting room safe is still, but I have a feeling that it's somehow related to the study safe. It might be the same code. I thought. I kind of like metal detector early. Being able to get all this shit is kind of nice. Oh, when we need to find her ladyship's chamber. Yeah. Okay, we don't want to go up too high here. I think I take the fucking walk-in closet, because I want to be able to go downward along this if I can. We do need to draft the coat check. But we don't need it right this second. Fuck it. Alright. This is where we dead-end ourselves in the entrance hall by doing that. Commissary is good. I want that. I want this. Give me those. And all these. I gotta go out here and go to the right somehow. We need to re-roll this room until we get a passage. To the right. Let's redraw. I'm kind of feeling good about this so far. Not hating it. Something's... I would like to be able to access these, but it's not terribly important, right? Is it worth a redraw? I think I want to redraw here somewhere so I can make sure I go down at some point. So let's just do a fucking berry. See what we get. This sets our gems to 2. I don't fucking want to do that. We'll do this, though. That's fine. I kind of don't like this either, if I'm honest. The other thing they did was, in exploring around a little bit, saw a little thing that I hadn't been into since I started the game and was also exploring around, and they made a... We lit some torches and found a little extra plan that I hadn't gotten yet. Which we will go back and do if we get a lighter. Give me this, because I think I want to save the aquarium to maybe get on this side, so we can go down. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go back around. More diamonds. We really don't want to fucking enter the ballroom to fuck up. Good morning, Gladio. I hope you're doing well. Let's just use this. Not more diamonds, I should say. More gems. Oh, you know, I'm sure they're all diamonds. Let's go up and try and get access to the foundation. I really want the drafting studio. Fuck it. I want the drafting studio. Because I want to do this. We have this. Okay. Alright. It's not the same. Which means I still don't actually know what that is. Which is good. The person I'm playing with hasn't even realized that that's a safe that you can open yet. You did see it. Okay. That's this. Which, not bad. We can get that. Dates. What's a date? You can just add a classroom that shows up anytime. That's interesting. I wonder if you need to have this to get access to the final exam. Or do we do the casino? I have seen inside the solarium now. Give me the casino. I want to see this. Let's see what we get right here. Jeez. This is kind of spooky to me. I'm redrawing, dude. Well, that fucking sucks. We'll take that, though. Worst thing that can happen is we just don't get it down. Brutal. Brutal, brutal, brutal. Alright, we gotta go left. We have so many resources here. Take me to the left. Rotunda and being able to rotate this room will be pretty good, actually. Let's do this so we can get this food. I think this is okay. Because then we can do like this and like this, you know? I still have never been inside a sauna either. Got a little bit of water left in our pool for some reason. We should have just emptied that if we could. We may yet draft the boiler room. We have a lot of steps left. I want to go this way. I should have grabbed the dire key while I was in there, but I didn't know if I was going to get it or not. Boink. Alright, let's go back and get it. I haven't got any computers yet, which is a little weird, but fine. I might as well just eat this. Fine. Fine, we haven't got any computers yet. I want to read the emails. I want to read the diary more. For my own purposes. I want the emails for other purposes. The diary... We gotta get the diary, dude. Alright. Knowledge in this room. We're gathering power here. Ooh. Love that. Her ladyship's sleep diary. My dear diary, 11779. After countless sleepless nights and failed home remedies, my physician has urged me to document my sleeping routines in the various bedrooms of our estate. It is his hope that by tracking the caliber and length of my sleep in each room, together, we may come to a deeper understanding of my condition and perhaps with luck, find a more favorable environment in which I might finally find some amount of rest. My dear diary, this is one day later. To begin, I thought it best to start with my own room, despite already knowing how unsuitable it has been for my sleep of late. Perhaps it is all the old memories that linger here, as it is impossible not to think of home among so many mementos of my youth. Nonetheless, I find comfort in gazing at the stars before dozing off, and it pains me to consider that if this trial is successful, it may be one of the final occasions that I sleep here. 2.5 hours, quality peaceful despite brevity. Observable effects. I awoke the following morning with 10 less steps, but also observed an additional star in the sky. Last night I retired 3 days later to the guest room, as I have yet to gain the courage to ask anyone to surrender their room to me, even for a night. This bedroom is a cozy space, normally reserved for guests staying the weekend. However, I found despite having a choice between 2 beds that neither proved to be very comfortable. I must speak with Herbert about this, as our guests deserve, at the very least, as much comfort in their stay as we have. Nothing special, 4 hours, quality very fragmented. My dear diary, it was strange to sleep in the childhood room of my late husband. The room was just as I had imagined it from the stories he told me of growing up with an elder brother. So Simon dies before 1979. At some point. Something we just learned. I don't know when Simon dies yet. Really. The room was just as I had imagined it from the stories he told me of growing up with an elder brother. Herbert informed me that the room has remained untouched, almost identical to when they both occupied it to avoid any accidents. What does that mean? I slept in the bottom bunk, as climbing ladders is not as easy as it used to be. Despite my exhaustion, my thoughts of Simon kept me up through most of the night. Twice the usual sleep duration. Counts as 2 bedrooms. 2 times as restless. The next morning I went to the family tomb to visit his grave and was surprised to find it a flower already laid. I could not bring myself to ask Hartley directly if I could borrow his room for my sleep study. The mere thought of it was mortifying. Instead, I decided to roll the die, as he often puts it, and wait for his night off to sneak into his room to nap. The experience of sleeping in a servant's room was thrilling, but the fear of getting caught was overwhelming. Every little noise startled me, and I couldn't manage to sleep for more than a few moments, fearing Hartley would return at any time. Perhaps 1 hour, quality terrible, about half the steps the following day. I also discovered a stray die had found its way into my pocket, which was hardly shocking given Hartley's history. Hartley's a gambler, I guess. Didn't know that. I don't understand. Okay. Oh, and this is all like in a week. My dear diary, I have to confess that I was initially hesitant to spend the night in the Baron's room. It's extravagantly showy, with every surface adorned with gold and every piece of furniture so large it seems almost comical. But as I lay down on the enormous bed, I was surprised to find that I felt entirely at ease. Even the absurdly oversized pillows were somehow comfortable, propping me up just right so that I didn't feel any strain on my neck or back. I slept more soundly than I have in weeks, and I woke up feeling genuinely rested for the first time in what feels like forever. 8 whole hours, the best in many months. I awoke feeling very refreshed, with more energy and more steps than normal. As fate would have it, just as I had begun to make progress in my quest of slumber, a most joyous event has interrupted my progress. My beloved daughter has given birth to a son, and has requested my presence in town to assist her during this exciting but demanding time. For now, I shall take my leave of the bedrooms of Mount Holly, but I am certain, dear diary, that one day I shall return. Lady Clara Epson, grandmother. It's 93 and we're 14, so our birthday's 128. This is the outdoor room. What is this? Did we get all of those? Missed the bunk room. This is a drawing of the outside path, right? This is the outdoor room. Hmm. Is this an indication that we want to end our day in one of these bedrooms with the blessing of the monk so that we can draft it outside somehow? Not somehow. So that we can draft it outside and... What is this room? I don't know what room that's supposed to be exactly. Okay. Alright, that job's done. Let's go use the treasure map. And then we will hope to get a workshop and a sledge, I guess. We need to find a sledge still. Uh, let's go use the treasure map. I've taken a weird path around the house today. We're not being extremely efficient. But I'm feeling okay about it. What is the code to this? Well, there's our workshop. We might as well go in here and dig. If I can. Huge. Battery pack. We could make the shovel. Oh, we could make the light here. Kind of want to hope to get a thing still. We'll make the light though. We're gonna run out of steps if we run all the way back down and all the way back up, and then we get a sledge, and I have to come back and make the sledge. But that's alright. Let's go get our tunnel. The item that is in the room outside is a tunnel, and that'll be pretty sick. Always good to have more rooms. Let's do it this way. Lab. That's computer. A little late to set up an experiment for today, but that's alright. We haven't done this. I don't think we can remote terminal access and then network login, right? How do we get the shelter going? Fuck it. We might as well look at this and see what the radiation thing looks like right now. You know what I mean? How do we make this higher? These readings are often spiked by experiments conducted in Mount Holly's laboratory. Maybe we just have to get an experiment going and then activate it a bunch of times. Cool trunk. You know, I probably should not set this to high. I'm going to run into security doors and I don't have a way to do it. We don't have a key card or a... Fuck. Stop. Or a thing. Oh, we need to do the emails. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4 from the lab. Both of those. 1, 2, 3, 4 from security. Okay. Huge. Now we just need... We don't need an office because she can read the emails in the office. We just need a shelter. We can get here from the rotunda, so it's okay. I mean, if we draft a freezer in this other room over here, that would be kind of good, actually. This is a good spot for this. Not a freezer. Give me a freezer, dude. Not a freezer. Pretty good, though. Oh, we're missing 2 workshop contraptions still. Okay. Well, that's alright. We'll get a furnace next to a freezer some other time. I guess this is fine. We're not buying out the showroom today, so I might as well spend the money and just buy whatever I can afford at the showroom afterwards. Alright, we're going to go all the way back out. Light that thing. All the way back in and go through here, I guess. Maybe we'll do the rotunda first, but I think we're just kind of filling up the house now. I think I'm done making actual progress after I do this. I don't know. This dude. This, I don't know what that is. Like, is that just draft a room here that's got 3 doors on it? A 4-door room? You know what I did is I created that thing in the workshop and then I didn't pick it up off the fucking table. Brutal. Let's go grab it. We bought all those steps. Let's use them. Give me that fuck. Bad play. Bad play. My birds are all still here, though. Six, 18, 19. Where's I putting these? I read that yesterday. I don't need to pay attention. I don't know what day to put in the drafting studio, though. Knowing what these things do, I think I want to change the Mantle of the Night. Because the armory is cool, but all it really gets me is a sledge, a lighter, or a third of a shelter, right? One red room blocked. Which are like, that's pretty good. But I want to see what the other ones do. I want to see how they play. Did I write down what they are, please? Or if I did. We should go back and see if the radiation has gone up. What do we have? I'm sure we have a pawn, because those are everywhere. We don't have an office. It turns out the knight is also in the security room, I saw. Okay, we have Ladyship's Chamber, we have Observatory, we have... Why did we write Rook here? I don't know. We have a... I don't know. I don't think we have the stuff we need. Probably not changing our mantle today. I don't have Conservatory, Nook, Clock Tower, or Rook. Right? We have a knight. We have a queen. We have a pawn. I don't think we have a bishop either. I feel like I just saw a bishop, though. But we don't have any of the rooms that I have written down. If we did, he's in one of these that I don't have written down. There's a bishop. I feel like I saw one. I don't know. We're going back through those, so we can look again. Let's go up to... Let's go to the code check and put the burning glass in. I don't know if we're going to need this. We'll come back for it if we do, though. I feel like I should put the battery pack in so the next time I draw a workshop I have a better chance of getting a sledge. Okay. Rotunda and pool. What are we buying here? Give me that. Hopefully we don't start with the diary key or the treasure map, but... You know, chances are we'll just start with both and waste that shit. Let's go down first. Boop. Not useful. None of this is particularly useful. Ooh, we got a sledge, though. I lied. Extremely, extremely useful. I think we're gonna run all the way fucking back outside. Should we explore up here first? We probably should. We should just see what's in these first. We have 35 steps. We'll be able to do this and then run all the way back out, right? Unless we get a weight room. New shit or an attic? New shit. New shit. New shit. Is this free money? Hell yeah, baby. Love money. Each spin costs 1. Each spin costs 1. I think these are all the same. Three for each snake. That's coins to 0. Bro. Okay, we don't want to set our coins to 0, so let's read the other ones first. I think these are the same as that one, right? Out of order, broken handle. I would rather have the sledge. Okay. Okay. All right. I'll take it. Let's waste the steps and just reset. Treasure trove for the extra coins would be really nice. And we get to read that note. Office. Office gives us a king, and we're going down to the precipice. We would just need to draft a bishop at that point. We still get to go up. Let's just do the office, get a king. Like, small chance that I get a room that I can get, what I need in, you know what I mean? I wonder if this is close enough to the furnace to work. It's getting heat waves. Guess not. Read only in the event of my death, dude. Okay, so... Oh, the freezer has a pawn too. Did I have that one written already? A little bit of a shame that I can't use my shit to draw these last few rooms because I did that. But starting tomorrow with fucking 19 gems will be huge. I thought maybe that the freezer would let me... Is this gonna thaw when it thaws too? Will this be an exit? I wonder. I thought maybe it would be frozen because we have a furnace, but I think it's got to be right next to it. Alright, let's go make our super sledge. We have to walk all the way around here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 6, 7, 8, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 outside. I think we have enough. We'll at least see what this is. I wonder if this is my grandmother's moon pendant. My great-grandmother's. I wonder if it's the same one. I just noticed that it's weird that it's got red on it here. Um, let's go use the sledge in the precipice. I gotta see it. This way, right? You can craft with it. Any of this crap. And we will make sure to grab it this time. Ooh, we could have maybe drafted a conservatory there and got a bishop. But this will be enough. This is enough, dude. Break. Reveal yourself. This is what this reminds me of. If I took a picture of it. If I took a picture of it. Where's the pictures of the other passport? I think this is... the same thing. What's that Black Bridge thing? This. All right. If I combine all of them together, it looks like this, right? Because this, passport is ID. So it's ID at the top on one of these lines. I guess it could be these two, but I-O-O. And then 6-OR. So ID's here. This is the Blackbridge note, is I and then I-O-O. And this is the Havel note, 6-OR. I don't know if that's right. But I kind of like something add 6 to something else. I don't know what the rest of this stuff is, but there's still rooms we haven't seen. There's still like a bunch of rooms we haven't seen, like 6 or something, or 10 or something. Fun. We haven't completed the directory. Oh, we do have the office. King, queen. We have the rook somewhere. Wait, no. I think we did. Unless I think that Danny Ravane Denny Ravane is a fucking idiot. Which, do we think that? Because of this note? Forgot, that's not a Hovel note, that's a something else note. Locker room note. I don't know. Well, I've seen what that is now. I don't fucking understand it still. Did not help. Did not help me. I don't think I can make it to the lab to read the radiation level to see if it went up. I think it does. I bet it does. I'm thinking about what's going to be of the most value to me in my next run, and it is not this thing. I think it's the lockpick kit. The moon pendant, like, we're gonna keep 2 of these things. If we want to guarantee keep 1, I think we keep the lockpick kit. Garden Shopping Center of Fire and Ice. You got the freezer and the furnace, so it's fire and ice. That's cute. They just weren't close enough together. I need to get the shelter outside so we can read the emails in there in our next run. do another. Got a lot of money this run. Got a lot of gems. I don't really know what I'm doing now. Precipice Castle Puzzle. Cracked wall from safe house drawing. Done. We don't need this. Ladyship's chamber diary lock key. Don't need it. Oh, we need the library, and we need to read those. We need to read those library books. We don't need the drawing room safe code or the study safe code. Do we still need to buy? I think we still need to buy the drafting things and Realm and Ruin. Map puzzle in room 46. We need to figure out which places he visits first. I'm going to start making a note of that. I mean, it probably starts in Fen Ares, right? And ends in Fen Ares. In between, I don't know. We have to do those realm sigils and look at the postcards and try and piece together the order that he traveled them to. Power to the garage, I don't know. I think I have the radiation shit in the shelter figured out. We just have to do a lot of things. It didn't change. Doesn't never end. Constellation 50. When do you get Constellation 50? Do we do a shrine and replace our berry and be happy with that? I really wanted the shelter, but we didn't get it. Cute. One step, one key, one gem, one gold. Well, I have a shitload of gems and gold today, so if we're losing them, we might as well. Interesting. I didn't realize that would do that. I'm going to add that to my notes so I don't do that shit again. Good to know. I'm kind of okay with that outcome just because I didn't know that shit, and now I know that shit. Nice to have that power. But it wasn't blueprints. It was bedrooms. Okay, so if we just draft blueprints, we fucking don't lose anything. Easier said than done, I guess. Alright. Oh, what did we keep? Power hammer? We kept power hammer shovel, dude. That was good keep. And we'll take a lockpick kit. And now we can lose all our fucking keys. Fuck. I had that thought because that note is in the kennel. The person I was playing with drafted the kennel. So we're going to take the dovecote because I have already seen the kennel. What fucking day do I do with this? Hop up. What's the other room that opens the east door? I don't know. I don't know that I know that. Of the antechamber. I haven't picked this letter up yet in this game, so let's just do this. We read that. I read that yesterday, sorry. I guess we can read it again. Just for the benefit of the stream. Dearest Mary, I know the events of the past year have catapulted you into a world you may not have been ready for. It's cruel the way time rips through our lives, leaving them barren and fruitless like wind-scarred plains. Throughout this all, I know your principal concern has always been Simon. You didn't need to confide in me yesterday for me to realize that fact. Everyone who knows you understands this. I will take full responsibility to ensure that regardless of how your current project pans out, Simon is shielded from any fallout and, God forbid, repercussions. A child should never suffer the iniquity of their parents. I, of course, write you all this in the hope that I can set your mind at peace when imagining the worst-case scenarios, not because I think such an outcome is likely. No, Mary, I have few apprehensions and fewer fears. Assuming everything goes according to plan, you should be reunited with Simon again before his 10th birthday. And while 2 years might seem like an eternity to a mother, I've always heard the days pass by more quickly in the East. So we're 8 at the time, which means it's 87. So it's April 87. As for me and you, I've already come to terms that our meeting yesterday was very likely our last. I'm too old and too stubborn to ever leave this place, too attached to the home our family has built up, room by room. Yes, I have a strong premonition I will be buried in red soil under red flags, a compromise I know you yourself would never accept. It's been a joy watching you grow up and getting to know you. Your mother and I spoke of little else during your school days. I know she'd feel the same bittersweet pride I feel now to see you following in your father's footsteps and making the same sacrifices he did. Uncle Herbert. I didn't take a picture of the study one, did I? Have I been in the study? I haven't opened the study one. Study one was... I haven't opened the study one in this run. Okay. Castle. This is going to suck a lot of resources out of me, isn't it? Because it's every room. I think that's worth. It's going to take a key from us. Let's do that one. We got to solve billiards room puzzles still. 14. 12 plus 1's 13 plus 2's 15 minus 14 is 1. 10 minus 1 is 9 times 2 is 18 times 1 is 18. 2 times 10 is 20 times 2 is 40 divided by 20 is 2. Huge. Love a secret garden key. I should go the other way. Like a kitchen, though. We need the steps, you know? Fuck it. I'm just gonna keep going up this way, too. What do we need to go down for? Stuff? We got some stuff. We got so much stuff. Do it. Let's do it. Ooh. Ooh. That shit looks weird, right? Is this the clock tower note? Where did I put the clock tower note? Southwest, northeast. Swan faces south. How do these turn again? If this just does the bottom one, I think we just did it. Swan faces south, second arrow is west, third arrow is north, fourth arrow is east. But maybe the garden's on the wrong side. Because this shit is facing... This says south, but that was north, I think. When we did this puzzle the first time, we just lined everything up to face that, right? The top arrow was facing that, and so we lined the other arrows up to face that. Maybe these bushes open or something. We point all the arrows this way. That's interesting. But we've seen it before. We already have seen this symbol. It's this. Maybe this changes how this thing moves no matter where you point it. We point all three in this direction, something else looks like happens, maybe? That's a different switch. You wanna go outside? Okay, interesting. He was whining at me. He wanted to go out. His brother acted like he was going to take his cookie because he was going outside. He went to guard his cookie and doesn't want to go outside anymore. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. That's what I got. Do we have to connect all four of these together? I don't think we do. I think we just can connect those. Wonder what the data transfers from Cinca will be. Sacred. Do you think sacred is maybe something like this? Potentially. Just a thought. This is a black swan, though. Ashen-like sands of the shore. If we're black shoring, I don't know. I don't know. We did something here. We did find another fucking switch. We found the secret western switch, which I was just thinking I didn't know where the fuck that was. So that's good. I do need to draft a library still. I think the thing that we're missing most is the library. And I need to read a new clue. Laboratory. That ain't bad. We take a lab. I mean, we have a lot of gems. We can do this a lot. I don't want to draft hallways because I don't get keys. Small chests are good because we have the sledge. Setting our steps to 40 is really bad if we have 95 steps. We have a lot of steps. Gain 1 key for every 2 hallways would be pretty good. That could be good. But I think I'm doing this. I think I'm doing that. Oh, shit. What are we remoting into? I think we want to remote into the shelters so we can read the radiation levels if we need to. And we just gotta spend our gems. We gotta get expensive rooms. It's good. I didn't go down into the foundation and open room 46, though. Let's go down and maybe we will... Let's go flip that switch in the basement and start from the bottom and try and draft the quest bedroom. Although I should go into security and reset that shit though too, actually. We should have reduced the number of security doors, maybe. Or increased. Or something. I don't know. This is a day of imperfect play. We're kind of just winging it. You know? Is this different than this? No, this is just tilted. Diamond's green. Really don't know the other things. I think these are on the flags in the exam, or in the classroom puzzles. Hmm. Takes 6 steps to get to the entrance hall from here. Let's see how long it takes me this way. Bricks? This is weird, right? I hadn't noticed that before, but that's kind of sketchy. Can't sledge them, though. These are bricks over here, too. Are you guys sledgeable? Doesn't look like it. These aren't weak looking. They're not that weird looking. Alright, 1. On this. 2. Okay. So this way is definitely quicker than going through the foundation and back out. No matter what. It only took us 2 steps, really. Probably 3. And then 4 to get here. So unless it's 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, like shortest possible way, it's probably. Alright, now we've made that. Digs deeper and finds better items. Pick sound amplifier. I mean, I gotta make it. We're standing here, we gotta make it. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to lockpick doors anymore. We might be fucking screwed for keys, but we need to. Greater chance of picking high sensitivity locks. Okay, so we have a lockpick. We don't have a metal detector anymore. Library. I don't want to lose any of these items. We only have shit we need. The Curse of Black Bridge. This book was graciously gifted by Simon P. Jones. We are the first and only borrower. The legend of Blackbridge is one that's well known to the people of the Grand Realm, for versions of this tale have been passed down from generation to generation. With each new telling, the story has changed, becoming over the years more colorful, more verbose, and as one might expect, increasingly horrifying. However, with so many renditions and unique personal touches, the task of confining and binding this tale to text seemed an ambitious and impossible challenge. Over the course of my research, I have heard dozens of variations of the legend, and while the details would often change, I was surprised how much of the story's heart remained the same. Yet the more I listened, the clearer it became that there could never be a definitive version of this tale capable of capturing all the wonder and myth of Black Bridge. In the end, I chose to write down what felt most authentic, the story my grandmother told me as a boy long ago. Holly, dude. Part 1. The Berry Picker from Oris. Many years ago, before peace had become a familiar word, there lived a group of rogues so wayward that the locals deemed it appropriate to call their number the Unholy Hounds. Let's take pictures of all these. They were feral outlaws composed of society's worst in a time when society was at its worst, and for each crime that fearful travelers credited to the group, a dozen more lay unclaimed, each worse than the last. For the gentry, however, who often value their coffers more than their companions, no crime could measure more wicked than the group's primary enterprise, high road robbery. One such member of the so-called band of rogues was a boy of 13 years, Jesper, who had not been lucky in life, having lost two brothers to war and parents to famine. In the years of hunger that followed, Jesper lived in a gutter behind a churchyard, relying on the nourishment of scurrying bugs and weeds harvested from the cracks of the alleyway to sustain his pitiful existence. It is not surprising that a child aiming to escape such hardships would take any easy road out. An easy and well-traveled road, paved with temptations, leading out of the city and into the gentry lands, where loose purse strings entwine with the strands of salvation and glisten equally with the hope of opportunity. It was this road that eventually led Jesper to the end of his youth, a hidden cave at the bottom of Black Bridge Canyon. It was here that he met his surrogate family and saviors, that notorious gang of godless outlaws known as the Unholy Hounds. Despite the hardened circumstances that had led him to his vocation of banditry, Jesper was surprisingly tender-hearted and was often teased by the group for being too kind for such an ignoble life. For this reason, Jesper was assigned the innocent role of berry picker. It was not just innocence that set berry picking apart from the gang's more wicked undertakings, for it was the only duty performed without the safety of night's concealment. Jesper, no stranger to solitude, did not protest that he alone worked while the others slept soundly, tucked away in the cave at the bottom of Black Bridge Canyon. On one such occasion, Jesper decided to get an early start. He left the cave, berry basket in hand, and set out into the woods before the morning sun had even brushed against the tallest tree tops. It was colder in the mornings, but the headway dawn afforded meant Jesper could reach the furthest most berry patches without worry of being chastised for tarrying upon his return. Did I take a picture of that one? No. Wait, I didn't get this one either. It took over 3 hours on foot to reach his destination, and along the way Jesper had passed by many a familiar bush, all priorly pillaged and so bereft of berries that one would have to dedicate several moments in earnest examination before finding a single one. Jesper was patient, but even patience has its limits. He was confident that even accounting for the time lost to his long stretch of travel, his efforts would be well worth the pains. Surveying the patches in this new grove surprised even Jesper. The red dots suspended among the leaves seemed as numerous as stars in the skies. Upon seeing such a bounteous sight, he clutched his berry basket tightly and nearly toppled over out of joy. Once he had regained his senses, Jesper quickly made a decision. He would not reveal the location of this newfound treasure. Instead, he would earn the respect of his confederates who, upon seeing his yield, might attribute the success to hard work. Smiling at his plan, Jesper set off to fill his basket and was making steady strides in this task when the sound of thundering hooves interrupted him. A carriage is approaching. The thought of it made Jesper freeze. Had he been so enchanted by his discovery that he had neglected to observe his surroundings? How could a roadway be so close? Do you want to go back outside? Dog's out. Let's go. We're going outside. He was just fucking with me. He didn't want to go outside. He ducked down and crept toward the impending sound, hiding behind one of the larger bushes nearby. It was only a moment before the sound's source revealed itself. Within 50 paces of where Jesper hid, an elegant carriage with gold trim came soaring around a corner of trees, led by two beautiful white horses and conveyed by a stern-looking driver seated atop the vehicle, flaunting the most sophisticated regalia Jesper had ever seen. It was not just any carriage, it was a royal carriage. Even without ever having witnessed such a sight before, Jesper was certain. The sight had so transfixed Jesper that he stood awestruck, unable to tear away as the carriage approached. The little concealment the bush provided was soon proven unequal to the driver's lofty perch, and upon spotting the boy he pulled the reins with such effect that the noble steed slid to a sudden halt with precise control. "You, boy, get out from behind that bush," he shouted with a rigidity that betrayed a modest amount of fear. "You startled me half to death coming round the bend of my own drive, and me seeing such an unfamiliar face in a place where there ought not be any face." Jesper quickly contemplated running. The man was much older, and his dress was suitable for courtly behavior, not dashing through the bramble and mud. I was picking berries." Jesper raised the half-filled basket up to allow the driver to see the proof of his words. The demeanor of the man suddenly changed. It was a change that Jesper was familiar with. He had many times seen the same stern expressions on the most fiendish bandits melt away when presented with a berry basket. Any suspicions that the driver might have had instantly evaporated, for even the notion of a member of the unholy hounds picking berries seemed farcical. The softened expression even made allowances for a smile. "Berries, eh? Say you couldn't have picked a better spot for them, could you? I used to pick berries here as a boy." Jesper took his cue to finally step forward out from behind the bush, proudly brandishing his basket. "I know, and what luck I found them. I have only just begun picking, and look how many I have. It would have taken me fourfold the time back home to procure this number." The driver bent down for a closer look. "And where is your home, boy? It must be quite far." Jesper replied with a scripted response. "A little south of Tanner Fork, just past the burnt woods." "That is far. You couldn't have come all that way only this morning." It was true, Tanner Fork was in the exact opposite direction that Jesper had traveled, and while that response would seem perfectly reasonable in a location closer to Blackbridge Canyon, he could see why it might seem less believable here. "I've traveled much farther for much less profit. I dare say there's no distance yet made by man that would not be worth undertaking for a prize such as these. Surely you've tasted them for yourself." Jesper felt happier with this response, as it seemed to amplify the man's smile. "In my youth, often, but perhaps I took it for granted because I never had to travel very far. And even then, my father would always drive us here in our carriage, so I'm ashamed I never had to walk such a stretch to earn an equal reward." It was Jesper's time to smile. "Then let my efforts reward us both today." He raised the basket even higher. "A taste in memory of your youth, sir." The driver chuckled and removed one glove, bending over the seat to reach down to the basket, and at the moment his fingers touched the first berry, the dagger in turn met his throat, cutting through a superficial layer of skin and drawing blood. Jesper caught the man's startled eyes. "And for that taste I will have your purse, sir, in memory of my youth." The driver's arm had gone stiff, his chin raised and trembling, more frightened than he had ever been before. Whether unable or incapable of speaking, he did not respond to the boy. Did Jesper stab him? Wait. I think Jesper stabs him. Perhaps he did not think his jaw could afford to be engaged at this particular time. Jesper let the basket drop, freeing his other hand to probe the man's pockets. "Do not mistake me, sir. I will not kill you if you give me no cause, though I will admit the thought of taking your carriage and leaving you the indignity of walking appeals to me." Unable to find a purse in the man's coat, Jesper pivoted to search the seat under him. "Why have you no purse upon your person?" The driver slowly raised his hand cautiously, pointing toward the carriage door behind him. Jesper lowered the knife's edge a small degree to allow the man to speak, which he did in turn softly. "There's a lockbox in the carriage." "Well, come down then and grant me the courtesy of sparing your life and binding your hands. A concession, I assure you, of my tender heart, for it would be much easier to slit your throat." The man started to comply, slowly lowering himself from the driver's seat of the carriage. Once down, Jesper guided him away from the carriage to a nearby tree where he instructed him to get on his knees and put his hands behind his back. Excusing his inexperience, the man indulged Jesper while he figured out how to adequately bind him. Smiling kindness Jesper had seen on the man's face, now nothing more than a distant memory. In their place, cold, dark eyes displaying no emotion. "I wonder, should I grant you the same clemency you're showing me?" Jesper stopped, surprised by the question, but ignored it, secured the final bindings, and then hastily returned to the carriage. With one hand on the door's handle, he turned back to the man. "If there is no lockbox, there will be no clemency." Inside, the carriage was surprisingly dusty and unswept, a stark contrast to the elegant and polished golden facade of the exterior. It had apparently been many years since the passenger had enjoyed passage in this vehicle. This all but confirmed what Jesper had suspected. The driver of this carriage was not a liveried servant in the employ of some greater master. Any curiosity that this observation might have further produced was quickly abandoned upon seeing what rested under the carriage's back seat, a large wooden lockbox. Despite its hefty appearance, the box was surprisingly easy to handle. Within a few minutes, Jasper had dislodged it from its hold and carried it out into the sunlight, inspecting the box carefully. 2 observations were made. Totemic symbols found carved on all 4 sides of the box hinted that the box was very old and likely not created by Orindian hands. It reminded him of artifacts from the old world and was presumably crafted in one of the ancient realms. Oh, you know what? Where did I fucking leave off? Secondly, the box was secured by a rusted yet robust padlock and would not open easily without a key. Jesper looked over to see the driver quietly observing from his indentured position. Do you perhaps have a key you can provide me to open this box? Without emotion, the driver replied, There is no key to that box. Jesper stood up. Easy enough, then. He headed over to a nearby rock of sizable dimensions and lifted the stone up, carrying it back to the box. If there was ever a time when that lock had been resistant to brute force, it wasn't recent. With one hit, the stone had completely shattered the rusted lock. He bent back down and opened the lid. Inside was an effigy, a crude figure chiseled from stone. Without too much deliberation, Jesper bent down and picked it up, somewhat surprised how heavy it seemed given how light the box had felt. Having expected to find something more akin to gold or gems, he looked questioningly to the man, hoping to find an explanation. The driver's smile had once again returned. You are cursed, boy, for deadly is the stone. You have opened that which should never have been opened, and you are cursed. I'm cursed. Jesper carried the effigy over to the man and shoved it in front of his face. What is it? That's 1, feeling his disappointment rising to anger now. Jesper tightened his grip on the effigy. 1 what? You mumbling Ahentor. 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 Aj. First. Agentor. Agentor. I don't know Lore's word. I don't know or. I don't know or. But it's row backwards, maybe? Agentor. The man did not seem intimidated. 1 pace, he paused for effect. 12 more and you will be dead. He only had a second to flinch before the effigy struck him in the head and put an end to his cryptic ramblings. If there was ever a time when the old man had been resistant to brute force, it wasn't recent. Jasper looked down at the sculpted stone figure, now splattered red. Was it cursed? Was he cursed? He had of course heard stories of curses and had never doubted their validity in the past, but now that he was standing face to face with the possibility of being cursed, his mind pleaded with him to be skeptical. And if he was cursed, what difference would the knowledge make? A dozen more paces would not be enough to find another living soul, to say nothing of the chances of procuring a remedy. He did not move from where he now stood. He could live maybe another 3 or 4 days, maybe more given the abundance of nearby berries. A plan that if we ignore its obvious faults might provide additional opportunities for help to come along. But what good would that do? To be discovered here beside a body, stolen goods in hand, loaded from berries and raving about a curse that could very well not be real. No, it would most certainly be better to face one's fate now, take a dozen paces, and see if life goes on. But Jasper found his legs unable to make that first step. His mind was unable to convince his limb to waste away 1/12 of his life in a single motion. Feeling the desperation sink in, he hopelessly looked about him for a solution. And if, by some stroke of luck, the gods had heard his plea, a miracle materialized before him as if he found himself suddenly at the end of a fairy tale. 2 white horses and a carriage of golden trim were beside him, the answer to his immediate prayers. He laughed at his fortune and calculated the short number of paces back to the road. 4. Perhaps only 3 if he jumped. He made a quick survey to see if there was anything he wished to grab before taking the plunge. I gotta make sure I'm actually taking pictures of these. This book is long as fuck compared to all the other books. we discovered here. He thought about removing the driver's fancy quotas that appeared to be of some value, but the additional risk of undertaking such a task too great to chance. And so, after a profound breath, he took his second, third, and fourth steps, though they were quite large. Seated now behind the horses, he reached for the reins and suddenly realized that he was still gripping the effigy. If the curse was real, then it would most certainly be better left here. If, on the other hand, the story was fictitious, there might be some appraisal that could be made of the figure. It was, after all, found within a lockbox, whose typical function oft secures objects of value. Having witnessed firsthand the horrors of destitution, Jesper found his mind equally reluctant to allow his hand let go. If it is cursed, I die. If not today, then tomorrow. And if I die, what care have I? And with that statement said aloud to the horses, seemingly, Jesper took up the reins with confidence. Part 2, Below the Black Bridge. Miller awoke to some light nudging from a familiar foot. Some light nudging. Only one person would have the cheek to awaken her in such ill-mannered fashion. Shaking the sleep from her eyes, she glared up at him in darkness but did not say a word. He nudged her again, teasingly, then stepped back into the dim. After taking a moment for her eyes to adjust to the darkness of the cave, Miller remembered. She was on third watch today, quietly collecting her things and wits. Miller turned as she left, waving to her young friend, who was more than likely already asleep. She crept through the cavern's main passage, careful to not wake the sleeping bandits around her. Like a hero in a book, she often mused. Quietly, she grabbed a bow from the haphazardly formed pile of weapons, shaking the accompanying quiver in the darkness to assess how many arrows it held. She then walked toward the sun-drenched mouth of the cavern, ready to start her shift. This keeps scrolling down, and I don't know why. Oh, shit. I haven't seen anything that looks like I should magnifying glass it yet. Above her, in one of the few trees found in the canyon, Miller could see that Ravia was already posted. She waved, and Ravia waved back. Calling out to each other was strictly forbidden. Anything louder than a gesture in the canyon was forbidden. When Miller reached the tree, Ravia lowered a braided rope and pointed to the ground behind her. Miller turned, following the finger, and saw a pail of water resting beside a nearby log. She turned back to Ravia, nodded, and secured the pail to the rope. The pail went up first, and in turn, Miller followed. Ravia reached across to grab the water. Miller leaned back to give her space. There was not much room for maneuvering in this tree post, a necessary concession for the concealment the outpost demanded. Ravia tilted the pail up to her mouth dramatically, illustrating how thirsty she'd been. Miller laughed silently as water poured out, splashing onto Ravia's face. It was a bit too daring and noisy of a joke, and had the others been around, they would have certainly been scolded for the unwarranted sound. But Miller appreciated the efforts Ravia took to verbalize the silence of the morning. They had been on third watch together for over a month, and during that speechless time their friendship had grown into something special. Affection was unsurprisingly scarce among the unholy hounds. He had felt camaraderie before, of course, but intimacy, never. From their elevated vantage, the girls could see both the concealed entrance of the cavern, as well as a clear view of the bridge that spanned across the canyon. Black Bridge was the link between the Gentry lands and the northern mountains, the overpass that connected Orris and Reddington. To the city-faring travelers of the realm, the bridge was an unavoidable crossing. In the day, the task was to ensure that travelers passed by without stopping. At night, the task was to ensure that they do. Like most of her band, Miller preferred the night. The biting glare of the sun might be tolerable to farmhands and bricklayers, but to a cavern-housed bandit it was a source of constant annoyance. In the day, there was no shroud to conceal her expressions, nor to hide her thoughts. She felt exposed. Ravia touched her elbow and pointed up. Miller, striving to suppress a budding smile, suddenly shook her head in response. There were many signs that the unholy hounds used in lieu of words, but the two of them had developed an extended vocabulary. Gestures quietly forged in the shared solitude of their month among the branches. She watched as Ravia shifted, placing her palms flat on the floorboards beneath him. Miller knew what she was trying to say, but shook her head a second time. It was often more fun to pretend not to understand. Ravia rolled her eyes and turned away, looking back to the canyon. Squinting through the leaves, the two girls held still, watching and listening. It was not long until Miller, too, heard the sounds of approach. Ravia held up two bent fingers, and a few moments later 2 men emerged from the bridge's southern end. They were dressed in a familiar uniform. Long gray coats with black facings, white waistcoats, and black tricorn hats. They belonged to the local patrol, the Black Guard. So the Red Guard, they just changed the name of the Black Guard to the Red Guard when Van Ares took over, I guess. Although not an everyday occurrence, their presence at Black Bridge wasn't an unusual sight. It typically indicated an important traveler's impending passage across the bridge, information that the girls would promptly relay to their leaders as soon as the coast was clear. But this report, while exciting, was rarely acted upon. In Miller's 5 years in the Unholy Hounds, she had never once seen a carriage taken in open daylight when the Black Guard was nearby. The men had nearly reached the bridge's north end when Miller heard the horses, faintly at first, but growing louder with each passing moment. Ravia's eyes met Miller's, the same concern mirrored in each other's expression. This did not sound like the typical carriage, cautiously approaching the bridge to cross. Instead of the familiar crunch of the high road's gravel, they heard the harsh clattering of hoofbeats against stone. Both girls quickly redirected their attention downwards, looking through the foliage. The sounds were not coming from the high road, but from the canyon itself. The horses were coming from below the bridge. In an instant, Miller had knocked an arrow and drawn her bow. Go. Ravia was gone before the whisper had even left Miller's mouth. The young scout was already sliding down the bank below, racing toward the cave. There was no road that ran below the canyon. There was no reason for numerous horses to be approaching their cave. There was only one reasonable conclusion, and both girls had reached it instantly. The base had been compromised. This was a Black Guard attack. The moment the horses came into view, Miller let loose her first arrow. She was surprised to see a carriage. She had expected cavalry. Before she even finished processing that thought, her second arrow was in the air. Without a trail, it would be unthinkable for a carriage to traverse such rough terrain. Yet she watched as the reels jolted over the rocky riverbed. A third arrow was now in flight, and there would be no need for a fourth. The drivers slumped over just moments before the vehicle dipped into a small ditch, slamming into an embankment. The force of this sudden halt immediately shattered the front two wheels and catapulted the driver from his seat. Utterly confused now, Miller quickly glanced over her shoulder to see if any horses were also approaching from the rear. Down in the canyon, the entire horde of the Unholy Hounds came spilling forth from the earth as if hell itself had suddenly sprung open. The group seemed even more bewildered than Miller, half asleep and tripping over one another in a desperate attempt to engage an unseen enemy in combat. Miller could see Ravia among their number, the only one looking up at her. Their expression was chilling. There would be no need for a silent gesture to convey what they both now realized. They'd made a mistake. The gang's chieftain, Jeffrey Heartslasher. Jeffrey Heartslasher, dude. So this is the first person we've got a first and last name for. It could be Heartslasher G. I don't think Heartslasher fits. Led the others, cautiously approaching the crashed carriage like a suspicious fox would near a baited trap. There were no words exchanged as the group crept forward in customary silence. A dozen or so paces in front of the wreckage lay the far-flung driver, an arrow protruding from his broken body. And beside him, a blood-stained effigy carved from stone. Miller was inconsolable. Jesper had always been her favorite. He'd always shadowed her in the night, clinging to the hems of her every move, the way a child tails behind an older sibling. Tender-hearted, she'd always called him, though deep down she had known that wasn't quite true. His appearance of gentleness concealed a raw, resilient durability that emerged in the most perilous of situations. He had been a flower among the nettles of this cave, but he still had thorns, honed by a grim past and 100 hands of misfortune. They buried him in the darkness in the back of one of the larger cavern rooms. He was interred with a berry basket and a silk handkerchief that he had treasured. The mysterious effigy they had found beside him served as a distinguished gravestone. A marker that stood out as somewhat special among the rows of similar swords marking neighboring plots. No one spoke, not even in whispers. There was nothing to say. Did I take a picture of this one? Miller awoke the next day to a thunderous shaking and rattling of the earth, a far cry from the playful nudging of the previous day. She strained to adjust her eyes, but the choking sting of stirred-up dust caused her to flinch. Panic was also in the air. The sounds of scurried footsteps and clattering feet filled the space around her, but even in alarm the silence was louder. What was it that sounded so strange? Miller closed her eyes tight and used her feet to guide her along the passage. The whispers around her were getting louder, and intense voices could be heard ahead, louder speech than she had ever heard spoken in the canyon. A growing dread grew as Miller approached the mouth of the cave, her eyes now open, wide, despite the dust. Shouldn't it be day? Miller felt the hand in the darkness pulling at her. It was Ravia. The two embraced, and Miller did not need to see her to understand. Ravia placed two bent fingers against Miller's cheek, and with that touch against her face, Miller felt the same sinking feeling from the previous day. Two bent fingers confirmed what Miller had suspected. The girls had forgotten to relay one critical piece of information to the others. An hour or so later, the screams began, blood-curdling cries of hopeless desperation. Captain Fodrick Lee of the Blackguard looked down from the ridge of the canyon to the collapsed entrance of the cave. Ah, now they speak. That's it, dude. That was it. Is this the effigy right here? I don't recognize it. Or is this the effigy? It's supposed to be a statue, though. I'm not really sure what the fuck this thing is. It does have a moon on it, though. There's a little moon right here. I don't think I got this one. These are out of order for sure, but... Oh well. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know what the password to the Blackbridge server is now, still. A little confused. Guess we do that one. I need to get some, 2-cost things. Like The Office. We'll do that. So it needs to be 12 or higher. I think that means we need to do 5. We have the gems for that. I'm going to just hope that we can go up in this direction. Take my key. Did I just get to try that again? Oh, shit. I used the key. That sucks. Give me that. Oh. Wait. You know what? Now that I think about it, I've never found 2 of the same lever in the same run. So, I didn't realize that was going to have been pulled already. Kinda neat. Guess I want this one. Let's go out this way real quick and see if we can get something that branches by the foundation. Take it. That's an experiment done too. And then I'm gonna go up. We're gonna go up this way. That's an experiment done. Hallway doors are always unlocked though, so we don't have to fucking think about that shit anymore. G. Ariana. door's locked. I don't have a key. Alright, let's go back out the other way. Patio or garage for some keys would be pretty good. Spread gems in green rooms, really not that useful to me. Let's go grab this. You know what? I think we'll just keep going up here, too. Treasure trove box notes. This is a red one. Press tab on accident. That's where I was, dude. The true treasure of the trove is not in this room. Okay. I don't understand how the lockpick thing works. I mean, this is like pretty good. I do want to attach. I want to attach the rotunda badly. This kind of makes it so we're relying on this to go over here. We have this door open now. Let's do the locker room. Spread keys throughout the house. We're gonna need more keys. Oh, fuck. God damn it. Not what I meant to do. Not what I meant to do. Painful, painful. Ooh. Can't get down here, right? Something good, please. Okay. Interesting. Let's go this way. I really don't love any of these. But I think I'll just take the nursery to avoid taking all the fucking reds. I definitely don't want the archives, and I don't want to lose half my steps. So we still have access to this room through the entrance hall. We lose access to that one, which is kind of a shame, but oh well. The nursery has 2 beds, which means it's probably like Herbert's nursery, right? Herbert and Simon's nursery, and not Simon's nursery. I think I want to spend the gems just to spend the gems, more than anything. To get our experiment going. About 5 now, I think is what we needed. Attic. It's the moon pendant. Same spot, okay. Which is in the kitchen. There's different things in here all the time. I didn't realize that. I'm buying that. Oh, fuck. I didn't think of that. We left that down there. It's not coming fucking back up. Okay, a bunch of gems I no longer need. I mean, we don't need to go into the basement anymore, so I'm just not going to sweat it. Let's go up to... Let's go up to the courtyard. I guess, yeah, I guess. I wanna get to security. Let's go up to security. We can do it here. Maybe. It's going to read that there's a lot of this and all doors in the house will automatically unlock. So we don't need keys anymore. I don't know what the data transfers are. I want to do data transfers too. Now what? I was hoping for money inside that coffer, if I'm honest, so I could go back and buy the treasure thing, because I want to get both of Orave's things that are in the painting in the attic. I don't know what I would do with them, but in that attic and painting, she's wearing the moon pendant and the emerald bracelet. Both. And I wanted to see what that was about. We're not going to have power. We don't have any money. I do have a lever, though. Oh, no, I don't. I spent it on the jackhammer. We should do the casino just to see if it still triggers the thing. Okay, we didn't spend them, so it didn't. Oh, we have a shitload of stuff in the entrance hall, probably, too. Alright, let's go back up. "44 steps. I mean, I guess we can set our jumps to 2 without thinking about it. I'm pretty sure it's way past clock tower time. Is there a clock in here that actually works? Yeah. What is this? Use the axe in the room directory to permanently remove gem cost. Is kind of fucking huge. We need to find more money. I frivolously wasted all my fucking money. I'm frivolously wasting all my fucking money. It don't matter. That's a red room, I guess. So a red room. Damn, we didn't draft any fucking bedrooms today. Weird. Okay. I'm going to go out to the entrance hall. I think it's just as quick to do it this way. Can't buy any more food, right? We're gonna crack open all the entrance hall things. See what we get. We're gonna go out to the shrine. And see if we get that. Hopefully we get some more steps and money. We never took the gem from the den, huh? And then we... fuck. Wasted a step. Wasted 2 steps. I mean, we're getting a lot of steps and money, though. Hello, everybody. What are we dreaming about here? What's the dream room? This is probably the last room we can draw, unless we get... I guess if we draw a weight room here, we can open this up. Dining room is a bunch more steps. That's not bad. That would guarantee that we can get up to the armory. Let's just do that. Unless we open this box and there's a token, a thing inside that kills us in 12 steps. Which there might be. So maybe we should go do the armory thing first. Not a token, like a... What was it? A totem. An effigy. This is a long fucking run. I hate that I'm doing it twice, but we're doing it twice. I really want the axe. Who needs the gems? We don't need no fucking... I don't know if that was, like, the best possible move, but I still need to do a classroom run, and these cost 1 fucking gem. And if I'm not doing a thing where I, for whatever reason, have 40 fucking gems today, making the classroom cost no money, cost no gems, is really nice. That'll be really good. My other options, I think, where I was going to think about the cloister or the veranda, because those are both really good, and I like green rooms. Or the passageway or the vestibule, because those are both high cost, and I like them. Passageway, if it didn't cost 2 gems, great room, dude. Passageway for 2 gems, kind of fucking shitty. Electric eel aquarium would be pretty good, especially if we get the laboratory thing that adds aquariums to your pool. Because if you get a shitload of aquariums and they're free, these are actually really good rooms, you know? Vault probably would be pretty good too, just because it costs 3. Alright, I like that choice we made though. We made a good choice. Classrooms, we needed to do a lot of classrooms. Let's go out to the shrine and curse ourselves to death. And hopefully we have 12 steps remaining so we can determine if the curse is real. Oh, we didn't go to the showroom. We'll go back up through the foundation and hit the showroom and buy that bracelet. Bam! Fuck yeah, I am. Better think twice. This shit's mine now. Okay. We're double cursed. And we've unlocked curse mode. I don't know if we have enough steps, but I'm going to go here to the show room and then back out through the basement again to the Blackbridge Grotto. Let's see if we can do something with the effigy there, I guess. I don't think we have enough steps. We certainly do not. We use one going through there. I think we use one going through here. Killer day. Really good run. Really good run. Really good run. I don't think we checked anything. We probably could have checked something. I think that's all for now. I think I'm done. I hope you guys have a nice day. I don't know what I need to do next here. We did a lot there. I think we need to go guess at the Blackbridge grotto password. I don't know. I think we need to consider getting good experiments and just having all the doors unlocked more often. That run, once we got the bracelet and the doors unlocked, that's like every room's free, right? We don't need to think about any resources other than money at that point. And that seems like a really good combo. Goodbye, though. Thank you for hanging out. Hope you have a nice day.